Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Hope you're doing well today. I am going to make some blooms in some new molds that I just got. I actually was sitting here and got a little distracted and let my resin get a little hotter than I wanted it to. Whoops. All right, so I just poured, my resin was just at 32 degrees and I usually like to stop at 30 degrees because my resin, it seems to get thicker faster and it doesn't bloom well if I go much further than that. So I poured out about almost 40 mils for my white. I'm gonna spritz these real fast. These are some new molds that I just got. I actually got refunded for this one right here because it has like a groove in it, but I was allowed to keep it, so I'm gonna keep it. I got these molds on Temu. They're actually really good about returns and letting you return stuff. So hopefully I made enough resin. I think I did. I think I did. I can always take a little bit from my 40 mils. I don't quite need that much for the white. In fact, I think I might do that because this is gonna need a little bit more. Hopefully I didn't use too much of that. Nope, I still got about 30 mils left. All right, so real quickly, I'm gonna go around the corners and make sure there aren't any bubbles hanging out. Actually, it looks really good. I don't see any. I don't see a single bubble anywhere. That's awesome. I'm so excited. There's a little yellow thing here. I have resin on my glove. I don't know where that came from. All right, looks good. Okay, I'm going to torch it really fast, and then I'm gonna add my alcohol inks. So for the geode shaped one, I'm gonna use yellow and green, and then for this flower I'm going to use yellow and blue, and then for this flower here I'm going to use blue and red. So I just put 2 drops of yellow in the center. That yellow is T-Rex Inks Sunshine Yellow. The green is T-Rex Jurassic Green, and I'm just going to put a few drops around here. These are super saturated and really spread out nicely, so they will go a long way. All right, so for this one right here, I'm gonna add Brea Reese Turquoise to it, going around. Turquoise is one of my most favorite colors. I'm gonna do 1 drop per petal, which is probably more than I need, but it's done. All right, so this one here, I am going to use Brea Reese Prussian Blue and Brea Reese Crimson. And I think I'm gonna put the crimson in the middle and then the blue around the outside of it. So I'm gonna do 2 drops of the crimson, and then I don't know if I should do the same amount. I guess I'll do the same amount of Prussian Blue if it'll open. I love this blue. I don't know. Blues, greens, turquoises, all my favorite colors. Now my green down here, my T-Rex did not spread out as well as the Brea Reese, and I'm not quite sure why. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I am going to mix up my white. I'm just grabbing a piping bag here really fast, and I'm gonna stick that in this cup, ready to go. You can trim it if you like. I do not, just because I'm lazy, so I just leave it like that. All right, so I have 30 mils, about 30 mils in here. And my rule of thumb is I use Cast and Craft, and I use 1 drop for every 10 mils. And this is actually just over 30, almost 40. I'm gonna put 4 in this one time. And see how it goes. All right, because it is almost, it's closer to 40 than 30. I must have poured it too full when I filled it before, which is why I needed more for the resin, for the flowers. All right, so I'm mixing it up really well, making sure it's all incorporated. Here we go. And you can see it's still pretty translucent, so it should be good. Now I'm going to pour it into my piping bag. Sorry, my words are kind of elusive tonight. Of course, I can think of big words, but my normal words are just like, nope, not happening. All right. So before I do that, I am going to go ahead and just do a swirl on this one. I kind of like the patterns on these, but I am going to swirl these to make sure that we get a little more green coverage. So it's not coming out very far. That one's going to be pretty not pigmented, but there is a bubble stuck on the bottom here. Actually, there were two. All right, so now that I have incorporated my alcohol inks, I can give those a little blast with the torch. All right, I think I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my piping bag. All right, here we go. And I'm going to trim it. Where's my scissors? Don't know if these are the, I think these are my old ones. Sorry, there they are. My scissors decided to play hide and seek with me. All right, I'm gonna cut off just the tip. I'm not gonna cut it over this because it can and will fly into it, because that's happened to me before. Oh, come on. I need some new scissors. All right, so let's see if this is gonna work. You can see how much I cut off there. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna do two things. On this one, I'm gonna do the dashes, and on this one, I'm gonna do the dots to make a firework, and also on this one. So I'm gonna do the dashes first, because it takes longer to do the dots. Did a little swirl in the middle. See if that'll work. I've only done this once, and I don't know if it turned out or not because I have not unmolded it yet. I am staggering these though, so that I get better coverage and they don't run into each other. My hand slipped and I just dunked it right into the resin. I will go back and I will remove the blobs that are happening because of the using the piping bag. I do not have any luck using a popsicle stick and doing that. I do not know why. All right. I'm just gonna go around and put drops in. I am squeezing on this a little bit to make them come out so I can get this done quickly before my resin decides it doesn't want to cooperate anymore. My resin is kind of finicky about the temperature it likes, at least this time of year. It likes to be at about anywhere between 30 and 32, and I got distracted when I was waiting for my resin to warm up, and I ended up letting it go to 32 before I took it off. So that means it's actually warmer than that. Oops, I just went over one of the other ones. I got a bad glare from the lamp. It's really hard to see where I've done these before. All right, I think I got those. Here we go. Let's do this one. We're going to go from the inside out on this one. And I just really hope that it has not been too long and that my resin will still move. I think I've said before, if you've watched, I live in the desert and my house AC is set between 78 and 80 degrees, which I know to some people sounds awful and horrible and hot, but when it's 105 outside, it feels really good. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. The electric bills can get kind of high when you live somewhere with extreme temperatures, either hot or cold. All right, is there anywhere else I want to put a dot? I think I'm good. All right, oh yay, those are starting to move. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna go in here really fast and kind of try to move out the blobs so that we don't end up with blobs on the bottom. So I just kind of stretch them out a little bit. As best as I can with the lamp blinding me. I really need to adjust that. I had it set so that it wouldn't reflect too badly for the camera, but I didn't take my own eyeballs into consideration, and it is not nice. Whoops, my hand slipped. I'm gonna do that middle swirl just again, just give me a sec. I'm gonna wipe this off. Hopefully I've gotten most of them. All right, I'm gonna swirl the middle again just because the white will be sinking down. It will go all the way to the other side. All right. All right, now the only one that I'm worried about now is the pink one here. I'm not sure if everything will move the way I want it to, but fingers crossed. I'm gonna take and bring the camera down and see if I can get you up a little closer here. Hold on 1 second. All right, here's the one with the dashes. I need to go back, I've got some bubbles. Here's the dashes. This one is the dots. You can see that light, how it was blinding me. And those are gonna be beautiful. And then this one right here, they are starting to move. I just hope that I didn't wait too long for those. All right, I'm gonna go give these a torch, cover them up, and I'll come back tomorrow and we'll put on a background. Hey, good morning. We are ready to put our backgrounds on. Now, in the interest of time, I have gone ahead and already mixed them up, but I will tell you what I did to get to them. So the first one for the blue, which actually you can see, I don't know if you can see, actually spread out super nicely. This is gonna turn out gorgeous, I know, is I took this, this is some pigment paste that I mixed up myself. And if you're interested in seeing a video of how I did that, just put it in the comments and I'm happy to show that. I can make a separate video. You take part A, I've heard you can also take part B, resin, and you put it in with some mica powder. You grind it up with a mortar and pestle, and bada boom, bada bing, you got pigment paste. So I use some of that. It's a very dark, like navy color, and it's glittery, like shiny because it's mica powder. And then in that, I added some of this, which is Holographic Ultra Fine Glitter Powder in black by Jamesi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Anyway, it's really pretty. It's just very fine and it's holographic, so it's going to be very subtle. So I added that in here. So I have this kind of dark background, and I don't know if you can see the holographic glitter, but it's just very, very subtle. So that's that background. The next one, for this one right here, that's the flower that we did with the dashes. It's kind of a tealy color. So what I did is I made a blue background by using, where did it go? Here it is, sorry, it's hiding. Let's Resin Pigment Paste. These are opaque pastes, which means you cannot see through them, but they're not super opaque, at least not in the quantities that I use. This is the color blue. And then to that, I added this glitter. Now this is from Walmart. I get glitter where I can, and Walmart has great inexpensive glitter. So it's a bunch of different kinds of glitter. It's got little lines, little pieces that look like lines, and then it's got regular glitter, and then it's got some iridescent, like little flakes, and it's the color, it's called Midnight Gem, and it's like purple and a little bit of teal and just kind of pretty. So that's what I put in here, mixed up the blue, and you can see the glitter in the background. I think that's going to be gorgeous. And then finally, for the last one, I took Let's Resin Green. This is the opaque pigment paste. And to that, I added, and this does not have a brand name on it. I do not know why. But this is, it's little flakes. It's little iridescent flakes, and they are kind of tealish color, but when you move them, they look like blue. So there's like a bluish tealish component there. And I added those together, and I ended up with this, which I think is going to be really pretty, and hopefully it, you know, accents the green. This one, I'm not sure how happy I'm going to be with it because it looks like the resin was already starting to set, so it did not move the way I wanted it to. So you ended up with a dot with a tail instead of straight lines like this. But we'll see, we'll see. Won't know until we unmold it. All right, so I'm going to start in the back just so I don't knock anything over or spill anything. Okay, so take that out. I'm hoping, my goal for this one is to make it look kind of like the night sky with glitter. Glitter. Okay. And I mixed up 4 ounces and then divided it into 3 equal portions to do this. And I'll probably have too much for the pink mold, but I'll put it into something else. All right, that looks good. All right, now for the teal flower. That looks so pretty. I just am astonishing myself. That just looks so pretty. I hope the flower turns out and that it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to unmold. That's my favorite time. Maybe I'll be able to do that later tonight. It is pretty early. It's only 8:30 in the morning. And believe me when I say I would not be up at this hour if it weren't for my dogs. I don't know if anybody has dogs out there, but if you've got dogs, you know what I mean. All right, last but not least, we've got the green with the iridescent little flakes. I might use it all. That might actually use more than I expected. We'll just put it all in there. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm not going to overflow. Yay. Love it when things come together the way you want them to. All right, so there we go. We've got backgrounds for all 3. I am just going to run a torch over them, and I probably will do that a couple times after I shut the video off as the bubbles rise. But we will see you later, and we'll have the unmolding party. Woohoo! Can't wait. See you then. Welcome back. It's time to do some unmolding. Woo! I'm super excited. I have really good feelings about this one. I'm pretty hopeful for this one. And this one, I just don't know. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. So let's start with this one. Since I don't know how it's going to turn out, it's kind of like a big surprise. So here we go. Start this one. All right. Well, I had mixed feelings about it, and I think I was right too. I did not like the way that turned out, but you know what? You can't win them all. These kind of look like pin cushions, like a where you stick all your pins if you sew. Pin cushion, yeah. I don't know what I said. All right, let's try the next one. This is the one that I feel good about and I'm hopeful about, but I'm not positive. So let's see how this one turned out. Fingers crossed. Drum roll, please. Oh, wow. That came out really pretty. Not as clumpy as my previous attempts. I think that came out really nice. I like it. I am pleasantly surprised. And I like the purple background. It really makes it pop, I think. Awesome. And you can see, you can't see it from where you are, but it shows like kind of a bluey green in here. It's not showing up quite as much as I'd like it to on the camera. I'll see if I can get it to come out in pictures. Sometimes the angle's just not right. All right. Without further ado, here we go. This is the one that I feel so good about this one. I'm going to be really disappointed if it doesn't come out. You can see all the iridescent, holographic glitter that I put in here. All right. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh my gosh. Wow, that looks like it's in the middle of a galaxy. Like the holographic glitter behind it makes it look so incredible. Almost like it's shooting out of a black hole because it's so dark in the middle, and then it comes out and it gets lighter. Oh my gosh. I think this is my most favorite that I've done yet. I love it. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys love it too. I thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.